Isang makakalikasang gabi sa lahat at isang maalab na pagbati mula sa inyong kaugnay, kapusod, karugtong sa ating mga katutubo, isang pagkilala at parangal sa inyong patuloy na pagpapanatili ng balanse, dignidad at integridad ng kalikasan. At sa lahat ng mga babae, of course, this month is Women's Month. Saludo po kayo sa inyong patuloy na posisyon, sa inyong standing up for the rights of nature and for the rights of humanity. Dito sa hashtag Cutie Earth, everything matters. Dahil ang lahat ay magkaugnay, hindi magkakahiwalay. Dahil ang ating buhay, kalikasan ang pinagmulan at pinagkukunan ng ating kabuhayan. Tayo at ang kalikasan ay iisa. Tayo ay kalikasan. Sa hashtag Cutie Earth, hashtag We Are Nature. Ako po inyong lingkod, si Rodne Galicha ng Living Laudato si Philippines, ng Action Klima Pilipinas at ng Climate Action for Sustainability Initiative. Makakasama niyo po kami dito sa Quarantalk Media. Here at Quarantalk Media, bringing hashtag Cutie Earth, we care for the planet. We care for your health, our planetary health. Ano ang kalagayan ng COVID-19 sa Pilipinas? Tingnan natin. Nako, mukhang dumadami at nag-i-increase ang mga kaso ng COVID-19 na nare-report dito sa ating bansa. Kahit na meron ng vaccine. No? COVID-19 cases in the Philippines is brought to you by the Department of Health. As of March 10, 2021, today po, ang total cases, active cases natin sa ngayon ay 44,470. At ang total cases po natin na cumulative 603,308. Dahil ngayong araw may nadagdag na 2,886 cases. At ang total deaths po natin ngayon ay 12,545. Nakikiramay po tayo sa mga naiwan ng ating mga kababayan. At dahil sa araw na ito may na-report na 17 mga namatay. But we are glad that there are 221 recoveries na na-report today. Kaya ang total recoveries po natin ay 546,293. This, of course, this update is brought to you by Quarantalk Media, and we got this from the Department of Health. Nako, ano ang ating nararamdaman? Ano ang kanyang tinitibok? Hashtag Earthbeats. Ano nga ba ang tinitubok ng ating planeta? Hashtag Earthbeats, belief, emotion, action, thought, beats. Hashtag Earthbeats. Ang isa sa mga malalaking issue sa ngayon ay ang climate crisis maliban sa pandemic. Climate change, no? Climate change is usually regarded as cause of a crisis humanity faces. But it is not a cause. In fact, it is an effect of bigger causes. We call it GAP. Gap, greed, apathy, and power. An evolving mutation of parasitism. We need to bridge that big gap between the rich and the poor, between humanity and nature. We must learn to negotiate for nature itself. At alam niyo ba, para sa kalikasan, may mga naninindigan. Maraming tinatakot. Ang iba naman ay being killed. Naku, may dalawa tayong katutubo na pinaslang dahil alam naman natin sa mga dyan sa Rizal, mga dumagat natin ng mga katutubo na tumatayo laban sa Kaliwa Dam. And sometimes our indigenous peoples and those who defend our environment are being killed dahil tumututol, may dissent. And to the last hininga, they fight. At makikilala natin sila dito sa hashtag Earth Heroes. Isang kaibigan, isang babae. Ano? Isa sa mga hinahangaan natin sa environment movement dito sa Pilipinas. Ang pangalan po niya ay si Maria Paz Luna. Or, si Ipat. Si Ipat Luna po ay asawa ni Javi Severino. Pero, of course, si Ipat ay more than 20 years na siya sa public interest environmental law work dito sa ating bansa. And environmental law networking internationally. Isa siyang independent consultant ng environmental law and policy and development management. Advocate po siya for breastfeeding and public health. Yung policy, no? Public health policies at lalo na sa mga paninigarilyo, tobacco control and safe food, and with civic engagements in environmental education and site conservation. Si Ate Ipat, matagal na siyang na-engage sa environmental law nga, sabi nga natin. And she has managed several foundations and organizations for the conservation of the environment. At she built local consensus on important policy decisions affecting natural resources and habitats, particularly in protected areas, and published numerous works in these fields. She has also assisted in crafting public health policies, sabi nga natin, lalo sa paninigarilyo in the last decade, and safe food, tobacco control. And she is currently executive trustee of Pusod Incorporated, and consultant for Resources and Economics Foundation of the Philippines on a protected area financing project, and she's a member of the Environmental Law Alliance Worldwide. Right now, isa siya sa consultant doon sa Congress, at syempre naging undersecretary siya noong panahon ni ng namayapan ng si Secretary, DNR Secretary Gina Lopez. At tulad ni Attorney Ipat, may mga bayaning patuloy na kumikilos para sa kanlungan ng ating buhay, kung saan nagmumula ang ating buhay, ang ating kalikasan ng ating planeta. At upang makilala siya at pagmunihan ng mga linyang sana'y di magmaliw ang dati kong araw ng munti pang bata sa piling ni Nanay. At ngayong Season 4, samahan natin siya sa ating Episode 23 na, Season 4 na tayo! At Episode 23 dito sa Hashtag Earth Talks! Nako, mga kaugnay, kapusod at karugtong sa kanlungan ng kalikasan. Pasalubungan po natin ng virtual na palakpakan ng isang babae, matapang, palaban, naninindigan para sa karapatan ng kalikasan at ng mga katutubo at ng karapatan nating lahat. Nandito po si Ate JING Ray Henderson. Ate JING, kamusta ka? Nako.
Hello, magandang gabi, Kuya Rodney. Magandang gabi sa ating mga kasama. And of course, sa inyong lahat sa Living LAUDATO Philippines.
Yeah, Ate JING. Ako, excited tayo dito sa Hashtag Cutie Earth. At syempre, alam mo ba, nung first season natin, we talked about lupang hinirang, yung mga lines na yun. Pangalawa, yung ang bayan ko. At pangatlo, ay ang, ano yung pangatlo natin? Nakalimutan ko na ang pangatlo natin. Kanlungan. Tapos ngayon, yung ugoy ng duyan. So, sa Season 4, ugoy ng duyan, yung ating pag-uusapan. So, Ate JING, nako, may itatanong ako sa'yo. Alam mo itong kanta ko, yung ugoy ng duyan? Alam mo to?
Yes.
Yun, and yung first two lines niya ay yung kinanta ko. Naku, singer na tayo, no? Kinanta natin. Sana'y di magmaliw ang ayan, sana'y di magmaliw ang dati kong araw ng munti pang bata sa piling ni Nanay. Whenever you hear this song or sing this song, ano yung unang pumapasok sa isipan mo? Ano yung nararamdaman mo?
Childhood memories, dancing in the rain. Yes. Kasi, di ba, nung bata, lumaki ako ng Sorsogon. So, probinsya talaga. Kaya parang I was able to really experience yung joy na kasama mo lang yung kalikasan. Yung parang I can do whatever I wanted to do with yun nga, dancing in the rain or ng mga hito, magdakip ng mga hito sa river, pagkatapos, or sumama sa lolo ko na mangisda. So, magtanim ng palay. So, I can do all that during my childhood, which I wish ngayon with Rafael, we can do it with him. Pero hindi na siya, pwede, dahil una, Halimbawa dun sa amin, most of the farmers are using synthetic na fertilizers. So hindi
Mm-hmm.
para kay Rafael. Pagkatapos, hindi ko na pwede yung dancing in the rain kasi ngayon, parang wala nang rain na babagsak sa'yo dahil puro na lang bubong. So magkakatabi na yung bahay. Tapos, hindi na din po pwede wala na si Lolo na pwedeng magdala sa amin sa laot. At wala na rin yung mga hito doon sa So, yun yung nakakalungkot na reality. And whenever, parang sa akin, pag naririnig ko itong kanta, maganda yung memories ko. Pero
Mm-hmm.
with Rafael, he won't know anything about my memories. It would just remain as stories.
Wow, wow. Si Rafael ay yung anak. Ilang taon na si Rafael?
Yes, 10 years old siya, kuya.
Wow, 10 years old na. Alam mo ba, itong kantang to, yung Ugoy ng Duyan, ay yung composer niya si Lucio San Pedro. Ano? At alam naman natin si Lucio San Pedro ay national artist siya, no, for
Artist,
music.
yes.
Oo.
Mhm.
And marami siya mga liturgical songs, di ba? Si Lucio San Pedro. Pero this one, bihira lang natin maririnig tong kantang to. Siguro, minsan, o malimit, narinig na kantang to pag may libing. Itong kanta. Pero at minsan, syempre, sa mga plays or whatever. Pero dito sa linyang to, very exciting. Dahil this month is Women's Month. March 8 was International Women's Day. The second line says, nang munti pang bata sa piling ni nanay. For you, ano yung nanay? Mother? Ano yung pagkaintindi mo sa na yun?
Everything and anything you do for everybody. Hindi lang siya para sa anak mo. So, parang, syempre, primordial yung anak mo na talagang ibibigay mo sa kanya yung lahat. Pero, kasi yung instinct ng nanay at saka yung love nung nanay, it encompasses everything. Di ba nga po sinasabi, ikaw yung may mukhang nanay mo lang ang makapagmamahal. Or, yung pagpapatawad na nanay mo lang ang po pwedeng makapagbigay. So, yun yung she'll do everything and anything for the love of her life. So, lahat sila kasama doon without any question. And yung pagmamahal na kaakibat palagi yung pagsasakripisyo, na kahit na alam mong masasaktan ka, totoo yung sinasabi na kay Mother Teresa, di ba, na love until it hurts and it hurts no more. Parang namanhid ka na dun sa sakit or doon sa hirap na nararamdaman mo because yung pagmamanhid na yun is actually naging pagmamahal ng tunay na you won't really feel anything. When you love kasi truly, you won't be asking for anything in return. Pero sa akin naman, one thing na I learned from all the mothers that na nakilala ko, including my own mother, and then now ako na ay isang ina, is something that you have to also leave something for yourself. Yung respeto sa sarili, which also is equivalent to love for yourself. Kasi kapag yung parang you can only give so much kapag kapag buo ka sa sarili mo. So if hindi yun buo, then the love that you give will be hindi din siya pahahalagahan ng ibang tao. Kasi makikita nila na it's not full on you. So hindi siya buo sa ibang tao din.
So parang unconditional talaga, no? Ate Jing, so may different levels ng definition o sa pagtingin natin sa pagiging nanay. So, I mean, love until it hurts, no? How would you feel kung yung nararamdaman halimbawa ng Mother Nature? Yung binigay na niya ang lahat, pero intentional, sinasaktan siya.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yun yung parang hindi ko alam kung pwede niyang gawin or gagawin niya, no? Pero 'di ba kasi ngayon ang sinasabi sa ating mga kababaihan is kinakailangang matuto kang lumaban. at manindigan para sa kung ano yung dapat na, whatever that you deserve na dapat na ibibigay sa iyo. So, kasi parang sa atin ngayon, parang kapag naninindigan ka, kailangan kang mas tirisin. Kapag nagkita ka, mas kailangan kang patahimikin. Pero sa nakikita natin ngayon sa Mother Nature, she's fighting back. Hindi lang yung fighting back for herself, but for everybody na nandoon sa ecosystem. So, it's really very, very telling also for us na yung pakikipaglaban ay hindi talaga para sa kanya din. It's not for her existence, but it's actually for us din, parang making us realize na whatever that we do to her, it will parang babalik din sa atin at mas hindi natin yun kakayanin. So, ganun yung ina, parang as much as possible, we wanted to shield our children from pain, from suffering, kasi kapag nangyari yun, chances are, una hindi natin kayanin or talagang mahihirapan tayong bumalik.
Wow. Ate Jing, year 2020, in 3 words.
Ano po? Sorry, hindi ko narinig. Nadabing.
Taong 2020, 3 salita in 3 words.
Exciting, suffering, and hope.
Wow. Year 2021, aspirations.
Mas madaming hope. Mas madaming parang looking forward to whatever we will be having now. And then lastly would be gratitude.
Wow. Pagpapasalamat. At sa iyong mga pagkilos at pakikipag-ugnayan, kilalanin natin ang iyong organisasyon. At ano-ano ang inyong mga pinagkakabalahan para kay Nanay Earth. Dito sa #EarthMoves! Pinagkikilusan ang pananampalataya, Caritas, Philippines, Catholic Bishops Conference Philippines, National Secretariat for Social Action, Justice and Peace. Ate Jing, nandun ka. Naku, ipakilala mo. At may mga exciting na mga mangyayari at mga plano, I believe, ang Caritas Philippines at ang CBCP para sa buong Pilipinas at sa buong planet Earth. Yes, Ate Jing.
Yes.
Naku,
Opo, we are very excited, Kuya Rodney, kasi at Caritas Philippines at the moment although nasa transition ang buong organisasyon because we have new national director, new executive secretary, but the mandate remains the same, which is to really make sure na isa sa mga flagship programs natin or advocacies ay really to take care of nature, to be at the forefront nitong paglaban natin para sa ating kalikasan. So, as March 3rd, we just launched the National LAUDATO program, which this is a first, actually, Kuya Rodney, because hindi pa talaga, to our knowledge, even kay na Bishop Colin, wala pang ginagawang CBCP commission para talagang mga laga doon or magbigay ng programa, one direction for the whole country, for the 85 dioceses para sa pangangalaga ng ating kalikasan. So we have these programs na inilatag ngayon, plano. Sasabihin ng iba at madalas kaming tinatanong nito, bakit 2015 pa yung Laudato Si, bakit ngayon lang? Actually, yung kanya-kanya na mga pagkilos ng ating mga dioceses and even ng mga commissions ng CBCP, meron na since 2015. In fact, most of our commissions, for example, in our diocese have been joining the worldwide season of creation celebration or even yung ating mga activities na ginagawa during May sa Laudato Si month natin in June. So madami ng mga nangyayari pero wala talaga tayong consolidation. So, for this year onwards, ang gusto talaga ngayon ng CBCP as per their mandate to us is really Una, make sure na, halimbawa, we would be conducting tree planting activities. These planting activities won't just be happening for the Diocese of Borongan, for example, or the Archdiocese of Tuguegarao, kundi ito pag sinabi natin the Catholic Church is doing a tree planting activity or magkakaroon tayo ng mga forest sanctuaries. Ito would be not only a gawain ng isang diocese but the whole church. So that's one. Second, we wanted to make sure na yung lahat ng ating advocacies, especially on the rights of nature legislation, yung sa divestment natin, food security, would all be cascaded down and i-contextualize ng ating mga dioceses. So hindi na lang siya, walang monopoly yung national office, walang monopoly yung mga CBCP commissions natin, but everybody would have their part, their share of really making this our own program. Second, third would be mas palalakasin natin yung pinag-uusapan natin last week tungkol doon sa research and data banking nung ating lahat ng mga pinag-uusapang advocacies, because we found out na ito yung kakulangan lalong-lalo na ng simbahan, na madami tayong mga pinagagagawa, madami tayong mga efforts, pero we seldom document these things. For example, Tuguegarao now would be doing Mission 500. What is this? Hindi lang siya tree planting ng 500 trees in 500 years, but it's actually making sure na makakapag-develop tayo ng new way of life, lifestyle, ng mga tao doon sa norte para tulungan yung pagbabago para sa Cagayan River, para sa Sierra Madre. So ito ay hindi na lang bastang mga activities na pinagpatsi-patsi, kundi ito ay actually bunga na ng pag-aaral din natin. So bakit nagkaroon ng pagbabaha doon sa Cagayan noong November? And paanong nangyari na yung dredging at saka yung ayaw pang aminin na mining operation ngayon ay nagdulot actually nung pagbaha, may contribution doon sa pagbaha, or even yung ating mga unorganic farming practices ay may dulot na may kumbaga contribution dito. So all these are actually product of the little by little researches na ginagawa natin. So we want all these data na ma-put into one database, one system, para all of our dioceses, all of our partners, and all of the commissions ng CBCP would have just parang magiging consistent din tayo doon sa ating mga magiging references, kumbaga. So that's third. Fourth would be, gusto natin na paigtingin talaga yung education campaign. So this is not just an information drive, kundi even yung atin pong mga eskwelahan, lalong-lalo na yung mga Catholic schools natin, gusto nating ma-influence yung kanilang curriculum, na hindi na lang pag-uusapan ang Laudato Si doon sa religion subject or doon sa extracurricular activity, kundi talagang magkakaroon siya ng subject on ecology, subject on Laudato Si, na talagang pag-aaralan natin. Kasi 'di ba sabi nga, yung kamulatan tungkol doon sa pagmamahal sa kalikasan or even pagmamahal sa ating bansa, pagmamahal sa sarili ay nagmumula doon sa unang-unang pagkamulat, lalong-lalo na sa mga formative years ng ating mga kabataan. And we wanted to start with that because even for example, ngayon pinag-uusapan natin yung eleksyon. Gusto natin na maging election issue yung ecology, yung lahat ng mga nakalista natin. Pero alam naman natin pasintabi na doon sa mga medyo may edad na ngayon. We cannot really teach an old dog a new trick. We have to start young para i-instill sa kanila na ganito yung mga dapat, ganito yung mga tama. When you make your decisions, ganito dapat yung paggagawa ng desisyon. Mas maging analytical tayo. And kapag matanda na or kapag madami na yung alam, nahihirapan na silang isiksik doon sa kanilang kaisipan, di ba? Na may mga bago tayong ways of doing things, thinking out of the box. May mga pagbabago. So, nahihirapan na tayo. And that we want to change by changing the by instilling these values doon sa ating mga kabataan. And then, syempre yung ating liturhiya. Gusto natin na mas mapalapit doon sa pangangalaga talaga sa kalikasan. So it won't just be during the season of creation na rinig tayo ng part ng ating liturgy, something on environment. But again, we want these to be part of our daily, yung cycle natin, 365 days. It's like Alay Kapwa, yung ating pong evangelization program. Hindi na lang siya during Lent na ngayon magsisimula tayo sa ngayong Palm Sunday at matatapos tayo sa Easter Sunday. Ayaw na natin ng ganun. We wanted Alay Kapwa, when we talk about Catholic social teachings, we wanted it to be a year-long, year-round na usapan. Wala dapat ng season mo lang ito, dito ka lang dapat. Walang ganyan sa usapan natin kapag environment, kapag ecology yung pinag-uusapan. And then, syempre pa, gusto natin talagang i-empower yung ating mga dioceses. And I think this is the last one. We wanted to make na una, merong mga ecology desk yung ating mga dioceses, especially yung mga social action centers. Because whatever that we do or we would be thinking out or we would be planning sa level ng mga obispo, sa level ng mga commissions ng CPCP or even with our partners, kahit na doon sa baba. Pero kapag walang istruktura na talagang magsasabi na ito yung direction natin at ito yung ating paraan ng implementation doon sa diocesan level, then magkakaroon pa din tayo ng problema. So we have to make sure that the structure of the church is really what it is. Yung sinasabi natin na para kaming istruktura ng gobyerno, from the president down to the barangay captain, meron tayo. So we have to claim that by making sure that we have it in place. So, yun din yung gusto natin po na mangyari with the National Laudato Si program. And ito ay pagtugon din doon sa ating 2017, we started off with the Laudato Si Pledge. So, ito nakikita natin ngayon sa screen. Dinagdagan natin yung 3 original pledges na ipinalaganap ni Pope Francis or even ni Cardinal Tagle. So, etong pray for and with creation, live simply, yung ating sapat lifestyle program, movement, pagkatapos advocate to protect our common home, dinagdagan natin ito nung that we have to implement really the National Laudato Si program. Dahil kung we are asking the government, we are demanding from the government to implement, enforce yung mga batas natin. May pinag-uusapan pa tayong nationally determined contribution. We have also to do our part as the church. We have to walk our talk. And in fact, kung moral responsibility lang naman ang pag-uusapan, mas dihamak na mas mabigat yung responsibilidad na nakaatang sa atin, di ba? So we have to really do our part in making sure that the church does not just point fingers, but it's actually making sure that the fingers, the hands are getting dirty para ayusin yung ating kalikasan. So those are the things that we are doing at the moment, Kuya Rodney.
Ang dami, no? Ang dami. And
overwhelming.
Overwhelming, ano. And here for Living Laudato Si Philippines, na nandito rin kami. Actually, when we talked last week, we discussed that we are adopting actually 12 parishes, of course, in coordination with the Diocesan Social Action Centers and Ecology Desk. And Living Laudato Si Philippines is working closely, of course, with the Catholic Bishops Conference of the Philippines, NASA, lalong-lalo sa eco-convergence natin at katuwang yung ating mga lay organizations and even our secular organizations sa pag-i-implement ng Laudato Si program. And we hope that with all our programs and we will be able to integrate the programs of Laudato Si at the national level, and at the same time kung ano yung aming maiko-contribute doon sa mga 6 na mga programa ng ating intercommission ng Laudato Si National Program. Marami pa tayong gagawin, marami pa tayong pagmimitingan. Andito ako kasi actually now at the JING sa Romblon, and at the parish level, we're helping some parishes establish also their their ecology ministries. Because the parish priest would always say, it's already social teaching of the church. And we hope that kahit sa parokya pa lang, masisimulan. And of course, at the diocesan level, Living Laudato the Philippines will, again, we are committing to help CBC Pinasa and the Intercommission Working Group in terms of technical support sa ating mga i-implement ng mga programa. Ate Jing, we're very happy, we're very happy that the church in the Philippines is very active, and together with other faith communities, share us something about the efforts, kasi isa sa mga naging road to the 500 years of Christianity ay yung interreligious dialogue, interfaith, and ecumenism. Share us something about the work of Caritas Philippines and NASA on the efforts to protect our common home when it comes to interfaith dialogue.
Yes, malakas na malakas ngayon yung ating FBO.PH, yung Philippine Faith-Based Organization Forum. And ito ay kinabibilangan ng tatlong malalaking mga faith groups dito sa ating bansa. So the Catholic Church, yung mga Protestant churches natin, at saka yung mga evangelical. So etong tatlo ay nagsanib puwersa talaga, I think since 2016, para siguraduhin na magkakatulong tayo doon sa kung ano man ang pwede natin gawin for the environment. Nakakatuwa nga dahil when we launched the National Laudato program, ang ating mga kasamahan sa FBO.PH ay nandoon, nakiisa sa atin. And one thing, hello kay Miss Ila Salvador, ang sinasabi nila talaga is, we would like this program to be replicated doon sa kanilang mga simbahan, doon sa kanilang mga grupo din. And we know na, kasi 'di ba, universal yung language kapag nag-uusap tayo tungkol sa kalikasan. And with that, hindi talaga nagiging hadlang. I think never pang naging hadlang sa grupo ng FBO.PH yung pagkakaiba ng relihiyon, pagkakaiba ng ating mga pananampalataya doon sa kagustuhan natin talaga na maprotektahan yung ating kalikasan. So ngayon, nandoon tayo sa level na pinag-uusapan kung ano yung pwede pa nating gawin as a group, not only as individual councils of churches, but as a group para po siguraduhin na we really are doing this as our moral responsibility, moral obligation para sa ating kalikasan. After all, ang buhay ng tao ay hindi din lang naman nakasalalay doon sa kung ano yung pwede nating ibigay sa bawat isa sa ating kapwa, kundi kung ano din yung pwede nating ibalik sa ating kalikasan.
And to know more about Laudato, we all know Laudato Si, Care for a Common Home, is the famous encyclical of Pope Francis in 2015. And to know more about this program and to know more about what Caritas Philippines is doing, how can our viewers contact you? How social media handle, website, email?
Yes, pwede po kayong pumunta syempre sa ating nasa Caritas Philippines Facebook page at everything that you'd like to know, you just have to search for it doon sa page. And then we also have the website www.nasa.org.ph, and syempre yung ating Twitter, Caritas _PHL. Kaya pwede po ninyong puntahan ang mga to and then to know more about the things that we do, especially on the care for our common home. And nakakatuwa din lang po na sabihin na with our other partners like Living Laudato Si Philippines, Philippine Miserior Partnership Incorporated, yung ating coalition, Withdraw from Coal Coalition, Power for People, at ang dami pang iba, even yung ating Tampakan Forum, for example, at yung ating Eco-Convergence. Yes, GCCM. And pati yung PMCJ, yung SEED. These groups are actually helping everybody para po siguraduhin na talagang we are on top of of the call para pangalagaan talaga yung ating kalikasan. So, and nakakatuwa na even sa Caritas Asia, for example, Caritas Internationalis, and even doon sa Roma, sa opisina ni Pope Francis, ay talagang we are putting forward the name of the Philippines, our country, and our church doon sa pangangalaga po ng ating kalikasan. So this is not just about how we do as doon sa ating mga advocacies, but this is really something, sabi nga po ni Bishop Colin nung nag-launch tayo, this is something na parang reparation. Total nasa Lenten season tayo. Parang reparation. We have sinned and violated Mother Earth so much. And in return, ito lang yung pwede nating in our lifetime, kinakailangan talaga nating mag-exert ng effort. And this is not just about organizational efforts or interventions. Also being called to do it on a personal level, individually. So, pag tinanong tayo, ano ba ginagawa mo para sa kalikasan? Diba? So, we have to have something na we can say na this is my personal contribution. So, when we say about sapat lifestyle, when we say about caring for our common home, we have to have something na solid na pangahawakan natin na this is not just about Caritas Philippines. This is also me contributing to the global effort to save the Mother Earth.
At Jing, tibayin ng dibdib, ano? At sa iyong mga advocacies and campaigns, mayroon ka mga pinaniniwalaang prinsipyo, tinatayuan, ipinaglalaban. And we wish to know more about your everyday mantra dito sa #Earthliners. Nako, #Earthliners. Pumandakan sa Jing. Pero before that, pwede muna nating ipakita yung ating picture ni Ate Jing. May nakita ako dito. Tignan natin, Jules. Tignan natin.
Ano ba pinagagagawa ninyo, kuya? Ay.
Yes, Ate Jing.
Nabigla naman ako.
Tell me something about this photo.
Salamat kay Kuya Sai sa kanyang artwork. But yes, gustong-gusto ko yan. Tsaka yung isa pang ginawa ni Kuya Redentor naman ng Malay-Balay. Yeah.
Oo.
But this actually, yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but this is actually something na I realized na I have curly hair all my life. Pero I tried to hide it because una, when I entered the media, parang naging work hazard. So, buhok work hazard, no? Pero kasi, di ba, media it has been telling us that you have to look this way, mga ganung bagay. And then I completely forgot na this is me. So I have to really parang accept the fact na I am kulot. Kasi may, di ba, may mga sinasabi ang lipunan tungkol sa mga kulot. And during that time, even dumating siya sa punto na kahit sa bahay, nahihirapan na din talaga ako. Pero I came to, salamat kay Ina sa pagpapakilala sa akin doon sa grupo ng mga Pinay na kulot sa Facebook. So there's a curly girl for Pinays. Hindi ka po pwedeng pumasok kapag hindi ka Pinay at hindi ka kulot. So, and these the kinds of curls. Yung pareho ng buhok ko, pareho nitong nandito sa photo, at saka yung mga wavy lang ng mga buhok. So, and nakakatuwa because these really parang nag-swak doon sa advocacy natin to care for Mother Earth because as of the moment, we are not using and we are not allowed to use CGM approved. Meron kayo gano'n. Non-curly method approved na mga products, which is actually, hindi ka po pwedeng gumamit ng mga synthetic or merong mga chemicals. So you have na natural talaga yung gagamitin mo sa buhok mo. And even parang, this is actually nag-exercise ka na because the way you wash your hair is not pareho nung dati na pag-wash ng hair. So may mga ganung bagay. Even like the products that we use, yung how do we scrunch our hair, and even how much water we need to use. Pagkatapos, we exercise also because it's part of the regimen. Hindi ko alam po pwede palang mag-exercise habang naliligo, habang nag-hair mo. So, those kinds of things, and talagang it's going back to the basics. It's like using gugo, using yung pinaghugasan mo ng rice. So, itong bagay, aloe vera, mga ganun, it's really going back to the basics. And hindi ko na-realize na mas low maintenance pala kapag ganun kesa doon sa kailangan mo pang mag-rebond. It was really...
Marami tayong nagigilty dyan.
It was really an eye-opener for me, Kuya Rodney, 2 years ago, March din, na sabi ko, nung pumunta ako ng parlor, ng salon, pagkatapos I have to make, parang kailangan ipagawa ko yung buhok ko ulit because, syempre nakikita na ulit yung mga kulot-kulot, mga ganun. Ang sinasabi ko din,
mga sumpa.
Oo, ang dami ng patay mong buhok, di ba? Parang hindi naman totoo yun, pero nasasaktan ka talaga. So, ako doon, tapos parang it started with 3,000, tapos habang every year tumataas siya ng tumataas. Sabi ko, this hair length lang din naman, pero umabot na ako sa 7,000. And I said, this is too much. Hindi siya po pwede. And very timely na I was introduced to that group. So maraming salamat doon sa ating mga kababayang Pinay who are embracing really their curly hair, and at the same time, taking care of the environment.
And with that, Ate Jing, with that, we survive, we thrive, your family. But what is your mantra every day guiding your life?
It's really something like yung tinanong sa akin ni Rafael when he was like 4 years old. Sabi niya, what do you want to do in your life? Pagkatapos sabi ko lang sa kanya, the first answer that I replied, nanay di ba? So I told him, I wanted to give you everything. Pagkatapos sabi niya sa akin, no, it's not something that's for you. It's for me. So you have to have it something that's for you. And actually, it took a while before I really understood na kinakailangan doon sa, yung parang you have to really live in the moment, pero living in the moment na merong kabuluhan. So every time, it's like, ito yung natutunan ko kay Bishop Terona when he was still our national director. And then ulit-ulit niya talagang sinasabi, 3 things that you have to do every day. First is you have to share your smile. That genuine smile that will make people smile also.
Share your smile.
So, yes, share your smile. Yung hindi pilit na nag-smile ka dahil may nakita ka tapos pagtalikod, wala na ulit yung smile mo. Yung smile dapat, it must linger for it to be sincere, for it to be genuine. Pangalawa, you have to always say thank you. Be grateful with whatever that you have. Be it small things, 20 centavos, 25 centavos na pulot mo, magpasalamat ka. Or even nagkaroon ka ng problema, magpasalamat ka pa din. So be always thankful. And then thirdly is help whenever you can. So it's not about how big you help or how much you can give. It's just really helping people. Be of help to anybody. And that is, naalala ko yung tatay ko noon, every time nalalabas siya ng bahay, meron siyang mahabang stick. Tapos, pagbalik niya, yung stick na yun, punong-puno na ng basura. So, dati, syempre, ang nanay ko sasabihin niya na, ginagawa mo naman basurahan itong bahay natin. Pero sa kanya kasi is, at least ginawa din niya yung contribution niya again doon sa yung tulong niya sa environment, nakahinga din naman kahit papaano. So,
So, tatlo,
in
no?
what, yes,
Tatlo.
three.
Share your
Your
smile,
smile,
be grateful, and
do good,
help when you
do
can. Do good. Do
yes,
good.
do
Yeah.
good, do good. Yes. So yung
Wow.
tatlong yun, that's what keeps me going.
Wow, that's nice. So mga karugtong, mga kapuso at kaugnay, huwag kalimutin yung tatlong bagay na yun, ano? At Ate Jing, sa iyong advocacy, mayroong mga pagkakataong ikaw rin ay naiinis, nababato, nabuburyong, nawawala ng pag-asa.
Gusto
What or
makipag-away.
what or who makes you move forward and go on? Inspiration.
It's really the fact na ang daming mga communities tayong tinutulungan. Sa lahat ng mga pinuntahan kong mga lugar dito sa Pilipinas, one thing remains the same. Yung ating mga communities na tinutulungan would really be needing our help. So, and they have these stories to tell to people, to everybody, na kapag inalisan natin, umalis tayo sa kanila, kapag hindi na natin sila pinansin, mamamatay yung mga storya, mamamatay ang mga communities, and even our work, even whatever we are doing, would have no meaning at all kapag nawala na sila. Because sila yung buhay, sila yung nagbibigay buhay sa atin. So, we have to give justice to these communities, to these stories, to these people, because sila yung pinagmumulan ng lahat. It's like kapag yung mga IP natin, mga kababayan, yung mga ancestors natin na sinasabi, yung mga katutubo, kapag nawala ito, wala na din tayong mga Pilipino, yung identity natin, yung pinagmulan natin, mawawala na. So the reason of existence for Caritas Philippines, if all these will be gone, mawawala na din. Mawawala na ng esensya yung mga ipinakipaglaban natin. Because the very essence of what we are doing are the people. Kaya nga, di ba, para sa amin for Caritas Philippines, it's serving the heart of the Church of the Poor. And that heart are the people.
Wow. And to the young people, Ate Jing, sa mga kabataang nais sumama sa mga advokasiyang pangkalikasan at karapatan, na ano ang iyong may advice sa kanila?
I-start kung saan ninyo, kung nasaan ang puso ninyo, kung nasaan yung inyong hilig. Like, for example, hindi ba po pwedeng pilitin ng isang kabataan na, o pumunta ka doon at magtanim, or mag-hiking ka doon para ano ka kay Mother Nature, di ba? Hindi po pwedeng ganun. Ang kung ang sa kanya ay yung gadget, kung ang sa kanya ay social media. So, kung nasaan kayo ngayon, doon kayo magpalago. So, if you are very tech savvy, kailangan natin ng mga katulong para pag-viral mga storya natin. Kapag kayo yung mga physical ang kagustuhan, then explore yung ating magagandang lugar ngayon dito sa Pilipinas. Ang napakadami, ang lalapit lang naman. So you'll have to just really find time and find your body. Yung kasama mo papunta doon. Because when you share these experiences with somebody, then all the more na nagiging meaningful yung journey natin. So, start where you are. Don't go far. Dahil nakakapagod, madali tayong mapagod kapag pumunta tayo ng malayo agad. So, start where you are.
So, naalala ko tuloy nung sinasabi lagi sa amin, bloom where you're planted.
Yes. Bloom where you're planted.
Ate Jing, paano ka namin makontak kung gusto namin makipag-ugnayan sa you personally? Of course, bilang staff din ng National Secretary for Social Action, Justice and Peace ng CBCP at the same time Caritas Philippines. How can we contact you?
Yes, syempre po yung aking Facebook account, JING HENDERSON, and you can always reach me through my mobile number 0905-546 9977. And just email us at caritasphilippines@gmail.com.
Ayun, maraming salamat Ate Jing at see you very very soon. Ayan po mga kapusod kaugnay at karugtong si Ate Jing Ray Henderson mula sa Catholic Bishops Conference of the Philippines National Secretary for Social Action, Justice and Peace at the Caritas Philippines. Any parting message Ate Jing sa ating mga tagapanood?
Hindi kinakailangan na maging malaki na yung hakbang agad-agad natin para sa pagmamahal, para maipakita natin ang pagmamahal natin sa ating inang kalikasan. It's like in the family, simple saying of I love you, of I'm sorry, of how do you do is enough already, is a good start already para maayos natin yung nasira sa ating kalikasan. So, and it's never too late for us. It's never, our life is not too short for us to start somewhere and for it to have a ripple effect. So, start now.
Maraming salamat Ate Jing. Start now, act now. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts from Quarantalk Media. Maraming salamat Ate Jing at sana ay makasama ka namin muli sa mga susunod na mga episodes na Tag-QT. Maraming salamat at marami tayong natutunan at dapat pagkilusan our hopes and dreams need action. At sa mga kabataan, hey, hindi ka na ang kinabukasan dahil ikaw na ngayon na humuhubog sa iyong hinaharap. Para sa iyo, sa iyong family, friends and communities at sa buong ecosystem. At doon magkaroon tayo ng isang mabilisang take sa mga trending at mahalagang usapin sa linggong ito. Kasama natin si JL, John Leo Algo, dito sa hashtag Quick Trend.
Good evening, everyone. My name is JL Algo. But tonight, we will be taking a little bit of a break from our usual segment of Quick Trends, where I would usually discuss in a quick and decisive manner an important environmental or climate issue here in the Philippines or anywhere else in the world. Tonight, I would like to use the following minutes to pay tribute to another one of our Earth heroes, a multi-awarded climate scientist, Dr. Gemma Nerismo. Dr. Gemma served as the executive director of the Manila Observatory. She was an associate professor of the physics department of the Ateneo de Manila University. And she was a coordinating lead author for the upcoming 6th assessment report by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. Dr. Gemma passed away last Friday, March the 5th. And for more than 2 decades, she has made significant contributions in the advancement of climate science and research in the Philippines, Southeast Asia, and of course the world, by providing science-based support to climate change adaptation, disaster risk reduction, and sustainable development. She left a legacy of the pursuit of science for nation building, especially in the service of local communities, an example for her colleagues to follow. Dr. Gemma, I have had the opportunity to be a part of her research team for the last for 2 years, from 2014 to 2016, during my time in the Manila Observatory. And I first found out about her condition March the 3rd, where I actually deduced it from a social media post. And of course, her passing came as a huge shock to many of us who have had the opportunity to work with Dr. Gemma in the past and in the present. And I would just like to share a couple of experiences that I've had with Dr. Gemma. The first one that I'd like to share is back in October 2014. So around that time, I was a few months fresh out of college. I just earned my environmental science degree from Ateneo. And at the time, I was a bit uncertain about my journey, about the path that I was supposed to take in my journey. I had an idea in mind at the time, but I wanted to pursue. which involves climate change and air quality at the time. And I remembered the words of attorney Antonio Lavinia, who I've had also the opportunity to be a student of his during my undergraduate days. And he said that if you want to pursue climate policy, climate advocacy, you have to understand the science. And with that in mind, around that time, October 2014, I was searching for a job. I've had a couple of job offers. And then I saw this job opportunity posted online at the Manila Observatory. They were looking for a regional climate researcher. And I wanted to explore that opportunity. And then I was granted a job interview. When I went to what we call it the solar building in the Manila Observatory, which happened to be just across the field from my home department at Ateneo, the Environmental Science Department. I was very nervous at the time because, again, I was fresh out of college. I had an idea what I wanted to do, but I had no idea at the time exactly how to get there. And then I stepped into Dr. Nerisma's office in the Regional Climate Systems Lab, we call it RCS. And again, I was nervous and all that. And all those experiences, those feelings that a youngster would have at the time. And when she started speaking about, well, introducing herself, about she was checking on how I was doing, why I'm interested in the position, her demeanor, the way she talked, basically her presence. It was very soothing to me at the time. It actually helped me calm down and get my bearings and remember exactly what I wanted to accomplish at the time. And so, safe to say the job interview went well. And believe it or not, that was actually the last job interview I've had. And I haven't had a job interview since. But safe to say, from October 2014 until I had to leave in 2016, I served as a regional climate researcher under the team of Dr. Nerisma, and it had a huge impact on my journey at the moment that I'm still going through at the moment. One of the biggest learnings I've had from Dr. Nerisma's time is the importance of communicating science. And the purpose of science is basically for nation building, is to help out local communities. The challenge has always been how to translate science into a language that people will understand. And I have seen many folks attempt to communicate science, climate science especially, to the communities, to vulnerable sectors. And safe to say that there are very few people I've ever met who has done a tremendous job of laymanizing the science into something that people can understand, it's something people can be inspired of. There are very few people who have done it as well as Doc Gemma did. And that is one of the things that I choose to remember her for, is that her passion for science is not just for the sake of science itself or for career advancement. She wanted to help others. She wanted to inspire other communities. She wanted to inspire young scientists, her fellow colleagues, her peers, the research and the sciences, her friends. And during my time in under her tutelage as well, she really acted like a mother to all of us. Of course, my time in MO is not exactly all smooth sailing. Safe to say there were heartbreaks along the way. But the one thing I'll remember the most about Dr. Nerisma is her work ethic. I'll also remember, again, her passion for helping others, and something that not a lot of people personally have seen from Dr. Nerisma, and that is her strength, her perseverance, her resilience as a person. Even though I have left the Manila Observatory for 3 years now, and even when I was an MO from 2016 to 2018, I was in another lab. I was still in touch with Doc Gemma, and I've heard and I've known about some of the professional and personal challenges she's had to go through. And there was this one day, Christmas Eve of 2018, where I managed to have a conversation with her. And I asked her at the time, how was she dealing with all the adversity that she's had to face? And what she told me was that she kept faith that everything happens for a reason, that God has a plan for all of us, that we have our lives, that we have to live our lives for something bigger than ourselves, and that we must remain hopeful that we will overcome adversity so that we can keep living our lives, not just for ourselves, but also for others. And safe to say that Christmas Eve 2018 turned out to be the last conversation I had with Dr. Gemma. And that's how, again, I'll choose to remember her. For her work ethic, for her passion for science, for her desire to help others, for her faith, and for her strength of character. Dr. Gemma was gone way too soon, but her legacy will live on. And now her watch has ended. May she rest in peace.
May she rest in peace. And of course, we will not forget the legacy of Doc Gemma. And of course, I met her many times as well at the Manila Observatory. Her memory will live forever in our hearts. And here at Quarantalk Media, we have programs every day para sa ating lahat, para sa mga taga-subaybay. And we offer many platforms for us to talk about many issues, multifaceted issues. So every day from Monday to Sunday, we have something to offer you. So yeah, let's see what can we offer every day here at Quarantalk Media. And every Monday, of course, we have 9 p.m. The original program we have, Quarantalk Media, is the Quarantalk, together with Jules Gian and of course Iya Antonio. And every Tuesday, JL, what do you have every Tuesday?
Have the main agenda.
Yes, of course, every Tuesday with
every Tuesday we have the main agenda at 9 p.m. hosted by Miss Main Derunia.
Yes, Timaine Derunia. And every Wednesday, of course, we have QT Earth at 9 p.m. And every Thursday, what do we have, JL?
Every Thursday at 9 p.m., Throwback Kasaysayan, hosted by Professor Gio Liang. For those of you who love history, you will love this show. 10:30 p.m., Inuman, of course, with Thais Estrada and Rafi Magno.
Yes, and every Friday, we have 7 p.m. Kilos Kabataan and 9 p.m. Sustainable Development Goals Online Tambayan. And what do we have on Saturday?
Every Saturday po, 9 p.m., Radyo Comelec.
And every Sunday, we have 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Catholic Mass live. And here, dito sa Quarantalk Media, we are empowering the Filipino, inspiring action, serving the people, powered by IKOT.PH. Dito sa hashtag QT Earth, everything matters dahil ang lahat ay magkaugnay. Hindi magkakahiwalay. Dahil ang ating buhay, kalikasan ng pinagmulan at pinagkukunan ng ating kabuhayan. Let's remember what Pope Francis said in Laudato Si on Care for Our Common Home, number 82. Yet it would also be mistaken to view other living beings as mere objects subjected to arbitrary human domination. When nature is viewed solely as a source of profit and gain, this has serious consequences for society. This vision of might is right has engendered immense inequality, injustice, and acts of violence against the majority of humanity. Since resources end up in the hands of the first comer or the most powerful, the winner takes all. Completely at odds with this model are the ideals of harmony, justice, fraternity, and peace as proposed by Jesus. As he said of the powers of his own age, you know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great men exercise authority over them. It shall not be so among you, but whoever would be great among you must be your servant. That's Matthew 20, verses 25 to 26. At ako po ang inyong lingkod at kaugnay face-to-face sa social media at Kalikasan101, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You may visit my website www.rodgalicha.com at anglivinglaudatosi.org.ph. JL?
All right. You can find me on Facebook at JLC Algo. I'm also on LinkedIn for more professional taste. Rarely on Twitter, but if you want to tweet anyway, you can reach me at Sir John Algo. And also, please visit the social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, of Living Laudato Si Philippines, Climate Action for Sustainability Initiative, and of course, Action Klima Pilipinas.
At tandaan natin, tayo at ang kapaligiran ay iisa, tayo ay kalikasan. Dahil dito sa hashtag Cutie Earth, hashtag
We
are nature.
nature.
Maraming salamat at see you on Wednesday. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas.